Agbani, you're welcome. Thank you very much for today. And, you know, for you, I'm sure you've answered this question a couple of times. How has life been after the most beautiful girl in Nigeria and, of course, Miss World?
How has life been after MBGN and Miss World? It's been, I should start off by saying MBGN and Miss World obviously were great experiences for me and somewhat of a turning point in my life. So yeah, it's been a wonderful experience. Life has been great. It's been a learning process trying to figure out what I want to do with my life, what's the next phase for me. So yeah, it's a long journey from here and a journey I am grateful for.
Okay. Now, looking at, at that time, girls were not very comfortable with pageants, and after you won, parents were a lot more comfortable in saying, how did that feel for you, that it was sort of like a breaker where more Nigerian mothers were comfortable with saying, okay, their daughters can take part in pageants. How did that feel for you?
It is interesting because before the pageant, my dad didn't actually want me to go into the pageant. It wasn't sure because you're right, because of the stigma associated with pageants in the country. So it took a second for him to get me to go. So I do understand where the apprehension will come from for other parents. But it's also, I guess it's somewhat of a privilege to know that I was able to have this positive effect on the pageantry in Nigeria.
Okay. Now, did MBGN shape your personality in any way?
I wouldn't think so. No, I think my personality was shaped and had my personality before the pageant. I was 18 years old, before, if you remember, when I went in for it's 17 or 18, I can't remember when I went in for MBGN. So at that point, I knew who I was, or at least as a teenager, I thought I knew where I was. So no, I wouldn't say it shaped my personality whatsoever, but there are some experiences that I had throughout the journey of the pageant that made me see life, and maybe my perspective of life changed a bit. Personality, no. Perspective on life, yes.
Okay. Now, looking at Miss World itself, the journey, were you at any point, was there some form of anxiety, like what's going to happen? This is a new journey entirely. How was that for you?
I went to Miss Universe after Miss MBGN. Before I went in for Miss World. So I guess if I had any apprehension, any questions, it would have been for Miss Universe, not so much Miss World. So by the time I went in, and I went in for Miss Universe, I believe just roughly 2 months after I won MBGN. So there's a lot of preparation to do. It was my first international pageant, but I would say that experience there prepared me for Miss World because I was able to see what it was to be an international pageant, how to interact with the girls, what the judges were looking for. And so yeah, I was, as any other girl at the pageant, we thought we were there, we knew we were there to represent our countries. We thought every one of us was capable of winning. It wasn't so much of a scary journey as opposed to just trying to figure out what was going to happen with it, because again, I had been through the experience somewhat with Miss Universe, so yeah.
Okay. Now, at that point where you were announced as Miss World, can you recall what was going through your mind when you heard your name called?
I would be lying if I said I could recall it. It's been a while ago, what, 16 years? 16 years now, I believe, yeah, so it's been a while ago, but I would like to think I was happy, I was excited, I was proud that I, did myself proud, I did my family proud, I did my nation proud. And yeah, so I would like to think I was happy and probably also in disbelief. But because again, as much as we know we're there for the pageant, as much as we believe we're going to win, there's still 100 and so girls still vying for the same title as you. So yeah, it was, I would like to think I was excited, but no, I definitely can't remember exactly what was in my mind at that time.
And you had like few categories in the pageant in Miss World. Did it mean that you averaged those categories from your fashion to, you had the night where you had the modeling night, you had your sports. Did you average those categories?
I honestly can't remember.
So you can't remember.
If I'm going to be honest, I honestly can't remember. I would like to think so, but I would say this though, a lot of people question me and say, oh, did you have a talent? Did you win your talent? Did you win your sports? Did you win this? You don't necessarily have to win every single category to go on. It would be great, obviously, if you did, but it's not a requirement by any means. Yeah. So. But no, I don't remember so clearly 16 years later.
Okay. Now, life as a beauty queen, were there any challenging moments? Were there any times you can recall anything negative that you might that you feel that might be quite memorable, but probably a stepping stone for you till days? Any challenging moments? Any embarrassing time you can recall?
Right now, no. Right now, I'm joining. And well, challenging moments. I think in general, life as a beauty queen is a challenge. It's a challenge in itself. You have people that have a perception of you as a beauty queen. You have expectations of you as a beauty queen. So the journey itself is a challenge, but this is what you signed up for. You just have to figure it out as you go along, and hopefully you have the right people around you to equip you with that journey. In my case, I would like to think I did, you know. So I had my family, my dad, and certain key individuals in my family that were there to shape me and guide me along the way. So yeah, I think the journey itself is a challenge.
Now, being a public figure, do you think, like what you said, people expect, is that pressure?
Of course, because you think as an individual, any individual, you go about living your life and you have certain challenges in your life anyway, in your family. But now you have the added pressure of public watching your every step and expecting you to do certain things or not to do certain things. So it is, yeah, it is. But again, you figure it out as you go along, and hopefully you make the right decisions as you go along.
Okay. Now, have you also managed to keep your life private?
It's a choice. I think I've tried to create a balance between my private life and the public persona. I think I've tried to create a balance, but I actually don't think I have created a balance. I think I've done more of a better job of keeping my life private and somewhat removing me from the public. But it's a choice. It's something, it doesn't work for everybody, and it shouldn't be for everybody. We're all individuals, and we should be able to decide what works best for us. This is what works best for me, and you know, that's what I've chosen to do with my life.
But do you think the audience understand the fact that you have a right to pick what you want to put out there? Because you remember, you've done so well in certain areas that are gone beyond Nigeria, Africa, and it's gone to the world. So it's an inspiration for a lot of girls, especially the ones aspiring to be beauty queens. They want to hear more. They want to know more. So do you think you owe them that, or make them understand there has to be a balance?
There has to be a balance, and you're right. I don't think the public would understand that, except you actually have been through the process, and not necessarily pageantry, but if you've been in the process. And again, remember, I was a child when I won this thing, so at some point you just want to find yourself, you want to find your voice, you want to be, you know, figure out what you want for yourself as opposed to what the public wants for you. So no, I don't think people get it necessarily. I think once you become a public individual, public personality, people expect to know every single thing about you. So it's always, you know, tough to say, oh, she did this and we didn't know. It's, you know, at the end of the day, I need to do what I think is best for me, as opposed to what the next person might think is best for me, and that's what I've chosen to do. Maybe I need to do a better job of educating people as to why I've chosen this, but again, at the end of the day, it's what I think works best for me and my personality.
Okay, now that's what I was even going to ask you next. What's your personality? Who's Agbani?
I would say that's a tough question. Tough question to answer.
We have all day.
Agbani. Yes. I'd like to say I am the girl next door. I am reserved. I am actually very, maybe not very quiet, but I am quiet. I am very shy, and that's what people don't tend to realize. So yeah.
Well, for a beauty queen, you face the world. Are you still shy? Have you been able to master that area in your life? Because for
it's my job. Like anything else, any job, you know, you get to work, you do, you know, you put on your game face on and you do what you have to do. So being on stage, you know, walking the runways, whatever, it doesn't mean I'm not nervous or I'm, you know, but it's a job. I get it done, and in that second, I become what I need to become to fulfill that role. So it's somewhat like acting. I'm not an actor, don't get me wrong, but it's somewhat like acting. You have to get into a character, and you do that.
So if the right movie roles come your way, when I say right, I'm talking international. I'm talking.
I don't know that I'm an actor. I think I'm too self-conscious to be an actor. I think it takes a very unique and strong individual to be an actor, and I give kudos to all of them. I wouldn't say no. You never, like they say, never say never.
Okay.
But right now, I don't know that I can actually do that job. I have not had no training for it, so no, I don't know.
Have you been approached?
Yes, but again, I wasn't ready then because I think I'm not an actor. So yeah.
So Agbani's ready now.
No,
So you're the
I
born
don't.
girl.
I don't think I'm an actor.
You'd have the right person to work with you and aid you.
I don't think I'm an actor. Again, I keep repeating myself. But you know, yeah, I never say never.
Exactly. So if you're relaxed, what do you do for fun? Movies, films, talk to us.
Yeah, TV. I love investigative stories, so I watch a lot of those. I'm a nerd in some ways, so I do a lot of reading as well. Movies, not so much. I'm not a big movie fan.
Okay. Nigerian films?
I haven't seen any recently, but you
Okay.
know the old ones,
Yes.
yeah, the classic ones.
Okay.
Obviously, I loved and I grew up watching it. So yeah, but
Now, if I go through your playlist, what sort of music will I, stumble upon?
like my personality, soft, easy listening music. So let's see, John Legend, Adele, stuff like that.
Okay. Now, walk us through your normal day.
It depends. No day is the same.
Okay.
So it depends on what I have going on that day. If it's a busy, active day, but I guess most days I would wake up and go to the gym. I start off my day in the gym.
Oh, okay.
So that's the one thing that probably is consistent. I try to go about 4 to 5 times a week. That's probably the one thing that's consistent in my day. But everything else is different. It depends. Am I shooting or am I working on AD? Do I have meetings? So every day is different. But I do start off my day,
Talk to
working
me about
out.
your fitness routine.
I don't know if it's a routine so much, but I try to get in I would say about 30 minutes on treadmill, so 30 minutes on treadmill each day, and after that I do some weight training as well. Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Diet?
No diet, that's why I go to the gym. I love to eat, so if I want to eat, then I have to work out. I eat pretty much everything.
You have a favorite meal?
No, because I'm a pig, I like to eat everything. Favorite? No, I eat everything. I do like, I guess, sushi a lot. So I'm a fan of seafood, sushi, yeah, but it doesn't really matter. It could be Nigerian cuisine, it could be Spanish, whatever, as long as, one, it has some seafood in there, maybe some spice, I'm good.
Okay. Now talk to us about your dislikes. What puts you off?
Generalizations. I hate it when people generalize.
Now, if you didn't get into the pageant business, what would you have been doing?
I honestly don't know. That's a good question, but I honestly don't know what I would have been doing. Growing up, as like any other child, I wanted to be a lawyer, I wanted to be a doctor, the things we see and your parents aspire for you to be, you kind of grow up wanting to do that. And I get told a lot that I probably should have been a lawyer because, I'm quite stubborn and argumentative. But aside from being in pageants, I also run a business. So it's not like I'm just a beauty queen, I still do that. So maybe I would have done something along those lines. On the other hand, I went to school for psychology, so I could have probably done something with my degree as well.
Sure, talk to us about your business. I remember the jeans business.
Not so much jeans, denim. I have AD by Darego. It's pretty much, I would say, comfortable. So it's a denim brand, or started off as a denim brand.
Yes.
I have since gone on to add other products to the line. And so yeah, it's just something I thought, aside from the glitz and glamour in my own home,
Yes.
I'm very comfortable. I'm a girl next door, like I said earlier. So jeans, t-shirt, that's what I like. I like to be comfortable. So I just figured, if I were going to do a line, this is something I want to do, something comfortable and something that's also somewhat affordable for, the average person. So that's how AD came along.
Okay, now tell us something people don't know about you.
If I told you, they would know it about me, and I don't want them to know it about me. No.
Time.
Remember, we talked about this. I'm very private, so let's move on.
But for a private person, you've done exceedingly well. I'm so impressed.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, it looks like there's chemistry because I never knew you'd be able to do this long. I mean, I'm beginning to see that actor in you. I think you should give it a shot.
No.
You should. A Bond movie.
Good try.
You should. Trust me.
Good try,
And you
but we
have
can
a
move
very
on.
good trainer who'll bring out the best in you.
So we'll be my trainer.
Don't worry. I have a couple of them.
Yeah.
And they'll be lovely to work with you.
That's great to hear, but
Now,
hey.
does Agbani dance?
I like to think I'm a good dancer.
Ah.
In my bedroom, maybe.
What are your best moves?
Again, I would like to think I'm a good dancer. I didn't say I was a good dancer. My best moves, I don't know. I just, whatever, I vibe with music.
Michael Jackson, Moonwalk, James Brown.
I wish I could. I like James Brown though.
Really?
Yeah.
And you can
But
do the
I
footwork.
no, I don't think I come close to that. But I like the sound. I like the music.
Now let's look at the future. You know, you're still a growing lady and there's still so much going on. Near future, what should we be expecting from you?
I do have a few projects I'm working on.
Okay.
But the project, I guess, I would like to keep, under the belt for a while until I'm ready to put it out there.
Okay.
But definitely, you will hear good things from me.
Okay.
Be it working with charity or expanding the business.
Yeah.
There are a few projects on the banner.
Okay. What are you passionate about? You know, what brings tears to your eyes?
Oh, I'm a very emotional person, so pretty much everything brings tears to my eyes. Watching a movie, yeah, I'm very emotional. So I could cry because I'm happy, cry because I'm sad, cry just because. Yeah.
Now, with your experience in the pageant business, what would you have to say about, we have a lot of pageants now in Nigeria. What's your view about the pageant business?
I think having a lot of pageants in Nigeria, I think it's just way too much. I understand where it comes from. I think, they're trying to impact, the young girls and the society. They come from a good place, but I really think it's way too much because now you don't know what one pageant stands for, as opposed to the other. I think because we have too many pageants that have saturated the nation, you don't know what you're signing up for, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, and I've read a lot of stories about some girls being, in tricky situations, and that leaves a bad taste in my mouth. So the pageant industry, I think, is still a growing industry. I don't think we're anywhere close to where we should be. And I hope in the future that changes.
Okay, advice for young girls who still want to get into the pageant business but are not sure yet.
I think I get asked that question a lot from young girls, and half of the time I find that a lot of them just want to go into the industry because they think it's a way out of something, not necessarily because they're passionate about it, not necessarily because I want to, or because they've seen ABC, the next person do this and succeed. So, if Amanda can do it, I can do it, why not? And I think that's a question they should ask themselves first and foremost. Is this what you want to do yourself? Are you ready to go through this? Are you passionate about it? And if you're not, my dear, don't do it. So first things first is, are you ready for this journey? And then if you are, then go for it. You will never know until you try. So try it. If it works out for you, great. If it doesn't, always have something in your back pocket. But I think for me, again, it's like, she did this, she succeeded, so I can do it. And that's never a good enough reason to start anything. You should always start it because you know that this is what you want to do in your life and you're passionate to follow it through no matter what.
Okay, now talk to us about your taste for fashion.
I like very simple, I guess. So if it's clean lines, I'm not very adventurous when it comes to my fashion, actually. I like clean lines, simple, that's me.
Beauty tip, do you want to drop a few?
Working out is a good beauty tip. People don't think about that because, but it is. So get your exercise in. The good old stories about drinking enough water, eating healthy. You are what you put in you. So just if you take care of your body, really, you will see it on the outside. So drink a lot of water, make sure you work out, and portion control, and had a lot of vegetables and fruits in your diet.
Okay.